Welcome back to another episode of PTV. I'm Samantha Pruitt.
And I'm Danica Hanchett. Sam, what do you call a number that won't stay still?
I have no idea.
A Roman numeral.
Well, several PHS students roamed on down to Fort Hays for the annual math relays. Caleb Reed has that report.
For top PHS mathletes, the competition was multiplied as students divided up to test their skills in a variety of difficult challenges.
It is difficult. The time limit on it is very hard for them to adjust to. 20 minutes goes really fast, and most of the questions are above perhaps what they've worked on in their math career, and so it's a good challenge for them.
Yeah, the math was hard and it was really complex on some of it, especially trigonometry, because I haven't even taken that class yet.
Overall, I was extremely pleased. I think this might have been the first year that we had either a team or an individual place in each event at any grade level. So I was extremely proud of the kids, and I think they represented us quite well.
In Event 1, using number sense, the 11th grade team of Braden Judeman and Kurt Coombs and Kate Still placed 5th. In Event 2, Trigonometry, 11th grade individual, Kurt Coombs placed 7th. In Event 3, Algebraic Manipulation, the 9th grade team of Megan Staple, Cole Wenzel, and Nicholas Beckman placed 9th. Also in Event 3, 11th grade individuals, Kate Still placed 7th and Kurt Coombs placed 10th. Event 4, Informal Geometry, 9th grade individual, Cole Wenzel placed 4th. In Event 5, Applications of Algebra, the 11th grade team of Braden Judeman, Jack Pockebear, and Kate Still placed 4th. Also in Event 5, 9th grade individual, Megan Staple placed 9th. In Event 6, Calculations with Calculators, 12th grade individual, Maggie Malberg placed 7th. What added to the experience was the opportunity to also have some fun.
We always sit by the piano at math relays, so I figured since I can play it, I might as well play it a little bit. Just being with all my friends and we were all laughing and having fun at math relays, that helped relieve some of the stress before going into our different events.
For PTV, this is Caleb Reed.
Last week, Americans across the country, including students from PHS, honored our service members on Veterans Day.
We'll bring you that story and also learn more about a couple of veterans from the Phillipsburg community. Let's take a look.
Grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag.
To honor area veterans, the PHS Amendment and Band performed patriotic music at the Veterans Day celebration.
Before school started, Harlan Nonhoff contacted Mr. Gower, and they wanted to do a program to honor the veterans of Phillips County. And so he thought it would be really neat if we had the band come out and play and have the amendment come and sing. And so we put together a show of patriotic music, and then the amendment is going to be singing some patriotic songs too, and everything is to honor the veterans of Phillips County. And then when we're eating our meals, they have it arranged where the students can sit with the veterans and then they can visit with them about their time in the military and things like that. So it's going to be a really, really great day.
World War II veteran Roscoe Madison remembers his military experience.
I went into the service in August the 12th of 1942, and I got out on December the 13th of 1945.
Mr. Madison was one of more than 10 million Americans who were drafted for the war.
Being drafted? Oh, it didn't bother me. My dad didn't want me to go, of course, which all dads didn't. So, but no, I took it with a smile. But I drove a truck. I hauled anything that took us to exist. I could have hauled, but the big thing was ammunition. And they drove on the left-hand side of the road. And that really bothered me, because I thought, when I come home, I'm going to drive on the left-hand side of the road. But it didn't. It just all fell back in place.
Fate was on Madison's side during a potentially deadly situation.
When you come up tonight to camp, first thing you done was you dug your foxhole. And I had my foxhole, and there was 4 or 5 of us in a big circle. You never bunched up unless you had to, which the times you had to. But anyway, we went on a mission one night. I have a clue in the world where we went, but when I got back the next morning, a bomb or something hit in my foxhole, and you could have put a Jeep in it. So I really missed the show. Well, I wouldn't be here today if I'd have been in my foxhole. That was our saying over there. We had sayings going, and one of them was home alive in 45. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I did.
Serving our country, of course, isn't just for men.
I was in the Kansas Air National Guard. I enlisted while I was still in high school, so a long time ago. I served 8 years. 6 years considered active duty, and then 2 years what they consider inactive, meaning that if something happened during those 2 years, they could recall me back into service. I was a medic. Our primary mission, we were an air refueling unit, meaning we were kind of like a mobile gas station in the air. So we had to keep our flight crews ready at all times. They had to be what we considered worldwide ready, immunizations and physicals, so if they were called to duty someplace overseas, they were ready to go.
Mrs. Bartels learned a lot from her experience.
I think it's just taught me a lot about myself, being able to realize what I can handle in life, both those physical and mental demands. Also, I think in the military, they rely a lot on chain of command, and I think, learning that with any job, how you have to work up to the chain of command, I think that's been a valuable lesson for me as well from the military.
Mrs. Bartels sees the benefits students may gain from considering joining the military.
Well, I think being in the military is very admirable. I would encourage all youth to look into that. I recognize that it is not for everyone. Some people look at a career in the military and it serves them very well. Other people like me, it served kind of as a building block or stepping stone. It allowed me to go out and make a little money, help me pay for college, and gave me some travel experiences and things that I may not have gotten otherwise. I think it's something for a lot of young people who aren't exactly sure what they want to do. It gives them that opportunity for growth, and I definitely would encourage people to look into that.
For PTV, this is Haley Bruner.
Our music students have been busy. Not only did they perform at the Veterans Day celebration, but they also recently participated in the MCL vocal clinic hosted at Phillipsburg last week. Alyssa Fawcett tells us more.
I am so proud of you!
4 choirs became one at this year's MCL vocal clinic.
Well, this is a musical clinic for Phillipsburg and Norton and TMP. And it's where we gather around and sing a bunch of songs.
So the thing about it is that they may be separate choirs from separate schools, but when they all come together, they make one group. So you sort of have a lot of those barriers and boundaries kind of fall away. So even though they're from 4 separate choirs and from 4 separate schools, once you get them all in a big group, they can make one joyful noise all together.
I guess the main thing that I learned was to have fun with your songs, but be professional about it.
But take the pain. Hope when the moment comes.
I was thrilled with the performances. A lot of energy, a lot of really great musicality. It was really cool to have everybody together and doing it for an audience. It's really cool to get to see what's going on in Kansas choral music. I'm always really grateful for the opportunity to work with our regional high schools. I'm really honored and privileged for the opportunity. It's been a fantastic experience.
And for PTV, this is Alyssa Fawcett.
Students are wearing hats and blocking teachers' classrooms? Has anarchy erupted in the halls of PHS?
No, it's just the annual food drive. Sydney Raniger fills us in on the details.
USD 325 has set the goal of collecting 6,000 pounds of food for this year's drive. Instead of bringing actual food, students can donate money to block a teacher's class. Ms. Jarvis' class has already blocked 2 days.
For our block day to day, basically the kids can do what they choose within classroom rules, but a lot of them are just doing makeup work or working on their iPads, just chilling mostly. So They don't have to do a lesson or any homework today.
Students can also bring $1 to wear a hat for the day.
I paid to wear a hat because I wanted to have my hair out of my face without having to wear a ponytail.
So far, the students are on target for reaching their goal.
I think we do a pretty good job of reaching our goal, but we could definitely do more.
Students understand that this is more than just blocking teachers and wearing hats.
I think it's a great way to get food for the people who need it.
Because it shows you have a heart, it shows you care for someone other than yourself, basically. You care for whether it is a community or a certain group. It just shows you care, basically.
For PTV, this is Cindy Redinger.
Another annual tradition this time of year is the PHS Winter Formal, also known as the Fall Ball. Let's take a look at how this year's dance went.
This year's Fall Ball was bigger and better than the past years.
This year's formal is a lot more, it had a bigger outcome than it did last year, and it's a lot more fun.
Dressing up for dances is the preferred choice for many students.
I like dressing up for dances just because it makes it feel more special. I don't necessarily like dressing up like in dresses, but I just think it makes it feel way more special when you dress up.
Student council selected and hired the DJ for this dance.
Oh, he's hot. He provides really good music and it makes me want to get up and dance. Like I haven't sat down the whole entire night, so.
And of course, the mannequin challenge.
Girl is a real proud please. Small world, all the friends know me.
For PTV, this is Reika Kimura.
November is the month of football, comfy sweaters, warm soups, and overgrown facial hair.
Put away those razors. It's No Shave November.
I shaved my face for No Shave November. This would be my second or third year taking part of it. Because I think it's funny that Fescus can't grow a beard and he's 27 and I'm 16. I can grow a better one than he can.
Nate Tedford likes to bring to light the fact that I can't grow an actual beard as an adult, and he's a junior in high school, can grow a better beard than I can. So I told him that just to prove to him that I can't grow a beard, that we would have a contest throughout November.
It took 6 months to get that length. I don't know what it is now.
In November, or Movember, No Shave November, however you want to refer to this as, it's something that raises awareness for different types of cancers among men. One of the most typical that they want to raise awareness for is prostate cancer. By the end of the month, I'm going to guess my beard is going to be maybe 1/4 inch long. I can grow patches. I can't grow a full beard or full mustache or even sideburns.
For PTV, this is Samantha Pruitt. November is also the time of Thanksgiving, and along with the traditional turkey, stuffing, and pumpkin pie, most people also indulge in a heaped up serving of mashed potatoes. Peeling all those spuds, though, can be a real hassle. So we tested out an easier method and had a little fun too. Take a look.
Every Thanksgiving always has a side of mashed potatoes, but nobody likes going through the long process of having to peel the potatoes. Today, we're going to try a new way of peeling a lot of taters in a short amount of time. To do this, you're going to need a bucket filled with water. You're going to need a drill with a toilet scrub, a clean toilet scrub. And then, of course, you're going to need some potatoes. So first off, you're going to take your potatoes and you're just going to put them all in your bucket of water. So now that you've got your potatoes in your water, it's time to get the scrubby brush and drill. It's kind of peeled, kind of not. It just has a bunch of scratches in it. Maybe we don't have the right scrubby sponge, but we'll try, or keep trying. This one has not been touched. Okay, so the first time we tried this, we didn't let the potatoes soak and we just went ahead and drilled. After soaking them, we're going to try drilling them with this again and see if it works. So the plastic scrubbing in the drill worked okay, but I think it's time for us to get more industrial. Now that we've peeled all these potatoes, what now? We could eat them, but we could also have a little bit more fun with them.
To move the potatoes with our face, we can eat them if we would like, or we could just move them. Ew, I found one.
Found one.
Found one.
Now it's time for Sports with Tanner.
Thanks, Danica. The football team didn't end their season quite as well as they'd hoped, but still had a great run into the playoffs by defeating Larned and Riley County. The Panthers ended their season as one of the top 8 teams in Class 3A with a record of 11 wins and 1 loss. Now that all the fall sports are finished, it's time for basketball and wrestling to get underway. For a preview on the girls' basketball team, we go to Alicia Hernandez.
The girls' basketball team is shooting for a successful season this year.
I hope that we do well in the MCL tournament like we have in past years.
And this is my senior year, so I'm really excited, go out with a bang, and I'm kind of hoping that we can maybe win MCL. That'd be great.
The seniors set high expectations.
As being a senior with my last year, I really want to make this year a memorable year along with my team. I want to have good bonding moments, especially when we go bowling and stuff. And I also want to try to do the best we can, especially in league and sub-state, make it further than we have the past years.
So as a senior, I hope to improve my ball handling skills and my leadership skills for my team. And I hope for my team to come out with a winning record at the end of the year.
The Lady Panthers look to improve throughout the season, especially on defense.
This year, I'd like to see our team become more of a defensive force. That goes along with anything from guarding the ball to rebounding to stopping penetration. So I told the girls I'd really like to see us become a better defensive team and know that we can count on that each night.
For PTV, this is Alicia Hernandez.
The basketball boys were tackling opponents on the football field on Friday, but then shooting hoops on Monday. Royce Turner brings us the boys' preview.
The boys' basketball team started practice this last Monday.
I think it'll be an alright season. You know, I think we're all just going to kind of get back into the groove and get better. It might be a tough year, but we'll come back next year ready.
I'm looking forward to playing basketball this year again with all my friends. Looking forward to getting better and hopefully making it farther than we did last year.
The team has their goals set for the season.
My goal is just to go out there, get better, improve my game, and just have fun with my buddies.
I expect our guys to be better athletes than we were last year. Last year we were mostly freshmen and sophomores, so another year of growth and experience, and hopefully we understood what it's like to play at the level they played at last year and improve on last year's 9-11 record.
They prepare for a tough league schedule this season.
The league's going to be good this year. TMP was good last year. They lost a lot of seniors, so they may be down a little bit, but they're always good. Plainville was going to be excellent. Norton went to state last year in 3A. They returned everybody but 1 and maybe 2 kids. Hill City would be good, even though they had their best player transfer to Hayes High. But So the league's going to be tough, so every night we're going to have to go out and compete and, for wins.
For PTV, this is Royce Turner.
Our wrestling team has also started practicing. Danica Hanchett tells us more.
Wrestlers took to the mats this Monday to start the season. Head coach Mr. Kinney has high expectations for the season.
You know, we're young right now. We only have 2 seniors on the team, but we have 6 lettermen coming back, so I think we can be pretty competitive.
The wrestling team gained a new team member who will be joining the Panthers this year.
I came to Phillipsburg to wrestle because it had the better team with the better coaches and the better program.
Coach Kinney keeps the practices fun and entertaining.
That was something the wrestlers came up with. Clear back when Mike DeZine and those guys were seniors, they came up with Tights Tuesday, and it just kind of stuck. Some days when it's really nice, we get outside, play a little ultimate frisbee, do a little cardio out there. This year, something new. We brought the pegboards back. We bought a climbing rope. So the warm-up's a little bit different, you know, and some different things like that we do.
Sophomore Austin Niblock looks to improve this season.
I could probably work on being more aggressive. I like to wrestle defensively. Should probably wrestle a lot more aggressively.
The first wrestling meet is on Friday, December 2nd. For PTV, this is Danica Hanchett.
Good luck to all the winter sports teams as competitions start in a few weeks. Now back to Danica and Sam.
Thanks, Tanner. Thanksgiving is coming up, and we'll have a few days off from school. Some of you may think that staying in town over the break is boring.
But this fun feature will show you that's just not true.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is
Hey, bro. Hey, what's up, man? Got any dip chow?
Galen.
Just driving around, you know, with the bros. Oh. Oh, where's the music? Whoa. Guys!
This concludes another episode of PTV. I'm Sam Pruitt.
And I'm Danica Hanchett.
Stay classy, Phillipsburg High.